good our impact off the bench has been this season on that point.
I've literally seen, but when I say I'm the villain,
I just think there's been a few games where we've bought on the likes of João Felix, bought on Neto, bought on Madrid, and it's not. No, we haven't.
None of them are bagged apart from Nkunku against Bournemouth. Which one of them is?
Yeah, I don't know.
Vega when he comes off the bench to solidify.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think
Vega come off the bench to solidify.
Yeah,
they've got quality off the bench, but it's not been.
Yeah, it's not like they're poor players
made
that
an
bringing on as well.
Yeah, they've got quality off the bench, but in terms of the quality, has made a massive impact. Felix scored a fucking consolation, and Nkunku scored the win against things. So big up Nkunku for that one. But yeah, bro, Felix scored when you were 5-2 up.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I think maybe Neto did.
Neto Nkunku as well, I think, as well. Did he not? I can't remember. What's this one?
The thing is that Neto's good enough to start. Neto's good enough to start for Chelsea. So when he comes off the bench, I hear that. I definitely hear that one.
What's any City fans talking about M charges today? What's your opinions, LB?
I don't know what I said, man.
What?
I don't understand it.
Bro, we're talking football, isn't it? What are you doing?
Thanks
What are you doing, bro?
I thought it might have been a joke. Footballers twisted.
Thanks for the super chat, guys. That's what it is.
It's someone lose.
Moving on. What knows?
Moving on, man.
Have I missed something on Twitter lately, or is that what that is?
Talking about Mendy.
We can move on.
But that's nothing to do with. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, what's it called? Back to the Chelsea and Liverpool part.
I think Chelsea's defense though is a bit shaky now. I'm looking at they conceded how many goals compared to Liverpool's defense. I think Liverpool conceded the least amount of goals.
Liverpool only conceded 2 in the league.
Yeah, so like I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at how much Chelsea have conceded, like 8 or 9. I just feel Liverpool will have the edge at home. Like, no brainer, not really.
Don't get me wrong. We're conceding. Like Chelsea will score. Their attacks.
I think Chelsea have been in a fortunate position though this season, Ash, where we have conceded goals, but we've been so good going forward in some games.
Yeah, no doubt.
Score teams comfortably.
No doubt.
Now the thing is,
I hear you. By the way, there's slight issues with. I wouldn't say as a unit we've been poor defensively. I just think there's been some really like sloppy individual errors that have led to some goals. Yeah.
If you keep Cole Palmer quiet, that doesn't defeat Chelsea anymore. This is the thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like they have the alternate type styles to attack where people just forget Jackson's been one of the better forwards in the league this season. He's been off to a flyer in my opinion. Even the games he hasn't scored in. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Jadon Sancho, who looks like the player, starting to look like the player we knew he was. So, and then of course, as we said, when we talk about attacking depth that Chelsea do have, which is very good, players like Neto arguably probably should be starting for Chelsea, but hasn't quite hit the ground running, so he's lost his kind of place to Madueke. But seeing Neto come off the bench, and this is what I'm saying. Cole Palmer's not the only. He's not the only. He's not the only. What's it called? Danger on our. So for me, I think that's what I feel like. We will probably concede, even if he was to sit back. I still think we concede at least one.
Yeah. I think it's a really tough one to call, man.
I agree. I'm gonna agree.
I really do. I'm not just saying it's on the fence, like, bro. I agree. I think that both teams will probably score, and like it's pretty obvious, isn't it? But like, I just think it comes down to who's more clinical on the day, man. Like, that's the way it is.
LB, that's what big six fixtures are, bro. Who's better on? Obviously, not, even if it's like City, United, or whatever. But like usually, who's better on the day?
It does. But the difference in between this game is both teams are going to go at it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
if Chelsea score early, they lose. That's what I know.
Also, if Chelsea give Liverpool the chances they've been conceding this season, I think they'll get punished for it and they'll get a real hiding, personally. I think it's going to end 3-1 to Liverpool, personally. But you never know. If Chelsea do their thing, draw or show that they're ready, then I could change my opinion on this Chelsea team. But this
could push their people putting them in contenders, like actual contenders. If they go and beat Liverpool at Anfield, you have to be putting them in contenders because you can't even tell me that Liverpool would go to Anfield and do that. Yeah,
but at the same time, though, at the same time, if they lose,
they just lose. You got to take it seriously.
Bro, if they lose at the same time, they're probably out of it, innit? Because they'll be 7 points behind. Then they'll be 7 points behind. So I think This is a huge game for Chelsea. If they win, I think everyone's like, yo, these guys are serious. If they lose, it's probably like, yeah, it is a top 4 battle.
Yeah.
Chelsea's issues last season were when we lost, we would take a massive confidence hit, and then it would be like we wouldn't recover from that, and it would take a little bit longer than it needed to, which I think was down to the manager as well as a young group of inexperienced players. But I wonder how much of this game will come down to like what we'll learn about two managers that we're not experts on yet, because they've only been in been in their teams like 7 games.
A big test for both of them.
Like, will it come down to let's see what these managers have got tactically? Because if the game is as close as we're suggesting, then it might be that one of the managers does something different to change it up and like rolls the dice, gets the win.
What time's the game?
Sunday, I think. So it's going to
Who's the more risky of a manager? That's what I want to know. Who's the one that's going to kind of make that call?
I don't know if we know that, do we? I don't know enough about Maresca yet to know. If
I think Maresca is the one that's more likely to take a risk.
You reckon? Is that because of lack of experience?
If Liverpool get a draw, bro, they're still chilling, innit? Like, whereas I think Chelsea, if they do have ambitions to win the league, they've kind of got to throw the kitchen sink at it and go for it, man.
You reckon? You reckon that they're going there with that? I think we could get a win here.
They should be going there, bro. They spent £1 billion, bro. They should be going there thinking we can win the game. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, they should be, but you know what?
I'm not being funny as well, though, couldn't they? Yeah, this is Slot's first season. Yeah, it's his first couple of months. All his stuff has not been implemented into this team yet. Yeah, so like this is a great opportunity to go to Anfield, and I wish we was playing Slot this early on.
Yeah, but Maresca's in exactly the same boat. Exactly the same boat.
I think you are, no?
$1 billion spent, so it's a bit different. But I hear you, though.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, but I've said this about it. Depends. Like, obviously, the billion figure is there, and I'm not dodging that. But our recruitment, like, if any other team and sporting director was given £1 billion, I just don't think they would have spent it in the way that Chelsea spent that billion. Well, 1.4, I think it might be now. I'm just not sure.
They definitely wouldn't be talking about top 4.
They'd be talking about Premier League and Champions Leagues, no?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it would be.
All the snippets, even FA pulled a touche on United. I like that one. That's a very good super chat. Unlike this one, I'm not giving it airtime. I'm just going to put it up there just because you spent your money. I'll be fair, but I'm not reading it out. Sorry, man. This is just like, keep it football, please. But respect for the super chat, but I am reading it. I don't care what if your fan base is. I don't care. If you want to be tribalistic and go that low, let me know who you support, because I guarantee we can dig up certain. But then it's not fair on the people that actually support that club that you also support. It's just dumb, innit? Why is contender used as a weapon to batter a team? I'd like to call that more a bit of pressure. Do you know what I mean? So it's not trying to run away from expectations, and it's also keeping the same energy. That's what I like to say. Because you know what it is, yeah? Look, I'm not trying to defend Arsenal or anything, because I was in the same boat of putting the pressure on them. So I was a part of it. When Arsenal went to that 9, 10, 11, 12, how many games unbeaten at that point in the start of the league? Our next game, they'll get disrespect next game. We started applying that pressure, like saying, when do we start calling them title contenders? And they felt the pressure towards the end as they lost. So if Chelsea and Liverpool do it, pretty much, then I think it's fair to put them in there. And you know what? It's not exactly to battle. It's the same way you're putting respect on a team, that you're admitting that they're good. But fan pressure on YouTube is about entertainment, right? Of course it is. And obviously talking logic, you have to put logic towards it. If you're up there, you're up there. This one game at a time. You can't be on a multi-club channel thinking that you ain't going to get club pressures by other rivals. You know what I mean? That's just unknown. You got to do it. So yeah, that's why you start doing the contender stuff. It doesn't, and then it filters down to the players eventually, you know. So Timber says we are not title challengers. We just want top 4.
Yeah, but if you win the game, bro.
Yeah.
If things change,
if you win the game, then you've got surely then Chelsea are going to be in the conversation.
You can also change your expectations. You know, you could be top 4 at the start of the season, but you see yourself go to Anfield where not many teams win. Then you're like, raw, like maybe we can go to United where we don't really win. Go win there. You know, then we can go to City. We drew there last year. Imagine we get a draw there again. You know, and before you know it, you go to Arsenal. Don't get battered 5 goals this time, but you might be able to get even a draw sign. And all of a sudden, it starts adding up, and you change your expectations. Like, no, we should be winning. This is what Chelsea's all about, right? Is winning trophies and the big ones. So that's just Chelsea specifically. Same thing goes to the Slot, by the way. You know, we keep saying, well, the fans keep saying alongside the lines of We ain't played no one yet, so we'll see. You got to beat Chelsea. That's a top side at the moment. Then they got a couple other tests. Like, mate, they get put into the title category already because they've been there, done it recent years, right? So I think I think that's a fair.
It's all about pressure, man. You're right. It's all about pressure. But are we all saying now 7 games played?
I'm not Tottenham.
Wait, whoa, where did that? Not Man United.
Oh, I'm just saying. If you went on I'm just saying that if you went on a 10 game unbeaten, you went 10 games unbeaten, I would have put you there, innit?
What is going on here? 7 games done, yeah. 7 games done. Are we saying Chelsea are certified top 4 now? Is that the mood?
I think it's just progression of the.
I don't think anyone on this panel is saying that, bro.
Right after all this Chelsea versus Liverpool, Chelsea could be able to.
Look, my thing is this, Ash. I think I'm not going to change my prediction on Chelsea just yet, which is I thought at best they can get top 5. I think 6. But I also always said after 10 games, I re-evaluate my initial predictions to see how the teams are looking. So after 10 games, I could be saying something different because if they continue picking up these points for 3 more games, if they get 6 out of the next 9, then it might be a different answer I give. So let's see.
Hypothetically, what if Chelsea win convincingly?
Ooh.
Title
then
challenge,
then the discussion's there for a top 4. No, for a top 4.
Ah, Dan, don't you dare! Nah,
hang on.
Dan's a politician.
Hear me out.